think that it's time for Governor Walz and Kamala Harris to actually do a press conference and do an interview with the media?
I think it's time. Don't you all? Look, it is such a cool thing to be able to run as Donald Trump's running mate and to be able to ask these wonderful people to be their vice president of the United States. It's an amazing honor. Aside from being a dad to those 3 babies and a husband to my wife, the greatest honor of my entire life is standing up here and being able to run to be the next vice president of the United States. But it is an awesome thing. It's not just a cool thing. It's not just a wonderful thing, though it is. I'm asking you all for something that is quite profound. It's to be the vice president of the most powerful nation in the world at one of the most important times in our history. If you want to get that kind of job, and you're asking the American people to give you that kind of job, I think you ought to interview for that job, right? There are a lot of...
Do you all agree with that? How many people agree with that? If you agree with that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I agree. There should absolutely be an interview. Now, mind you, you know, how much our assessment will be considered as far as somebody getting a job or not, that's another discussion. But I think we should at least get a chance to see what the person is capable of. But I think that this is what the person is capable of. We're actually seeing it. You know what I'm saying?
There are a lot of jobs that are less important than vice president of the United States where we expect people to interview before they get a promotion. Kamala Harris is asking the American people for a promotion, but she refuses to actually talk to them before it. Think about it. Every single event that Kamala Harris does, she's got a teleprompter in front of her. And I think the reason is because Kamala Harris...
Now, when it comes to us, right, specifically us, specifically black people, how many people do you all hear screaming, YouTubers, people in the mainstream media, screaming at black voters saying that we're dumb, they don't need to listen to us anyway, but then we'll turn around and at the same time tell us that we don't pay attention to anything, but then tell people not to talk to us because we're dumb? How many times have you heard that? Make it make sense.
Not explain why she wanted to defund the police. Kamala Harris can't explain why she suspended deportations on day one. Kamala Harris can't explain why she cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Explosion Act that made the price of groceries and housing so expensive for normal American citizens all over this country. And because she can't answer those questions, she is running from the American people. But my ask, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, whether you agree with Donald Trump.
And one thing that he left out, if you ask me, is that she will be held accountable for what's going on today, right now. This is her administration. This is her time to shine. She doesn't have a record that she can turn back on and be like, this is how great things are for us now. Look at what I'm doing now. Just what I'm doing now is why you should vote me in. She can't do that with herself. She can't do that.
On all the issues or most of the issues, or you disagree with him on most of the issues, is at least Donald Trump is who he is, and he respects the American people enough to go out and earn their vote instead of being expected to give in their vote.
All right, so there's that. Okay, so now next, we're going to take a look at this most recent video. All right. This most recent video came out about 3 hours ago. And take a wild guess what they're asking. They're asking Kamala Harris to come out and talk to the media. They're asking her to come out and talk to the media because she's not really saying too much to the media. She's not saying too much at all.
Well, the two campaigns are clashing over whether or not the microphones will be muted. Trump also accusing the network, ABC, of political bias after this interview between Republican Senator Tom Cotton and ABC reporter Jonathan Karl.
What do you mean taking away health insurance? What are you talking about?
She said when she ran for president that she wants to eliminate private health insurance on the job. 170 million Americans, John.
Yeah, I mean that is not her position now. She
How do you know that's not her position? How do you know that's not her position?
I mean, she said she no longer supports Medicare for all.
She has not said that. Maybe anonymous aides on a Friday night have said that. She's been part of the failures of the Biden-Harris administration for 4 years. And when she campaigned for president in her own right, she did in fact promise things like decriminalizing illegal immigration, and taking away.
But that's his position. She's clearly changed on it. No, she said she has changed. Yes, she has.
No, she's not. John,
let me ask you guys this question. They're debating whether she's changed position on the immigration issue right now. If she chose, what was her vice president's name? Walz. If she chose him as her vice president. What does that tell you about her stance on immigration? Is her stance still the same? More than likely it is. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't she do the whole "we're a nation of immigrants" thing again on the last day of the DNC? Didn't she say that? If she said that, give me a thumbs up. If she didn't, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Carla. What's good with it, Carla? And real quick, shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media.
She has not said that.
Is Jonathan Karl a Kamala Harris campaign surrogate? I mean, if you would have watched that, you would have thought that was a debate between a Republican and a Democrat. But no, it was a host of a major Sunday show interviewing a Republican vouching for Kamala Harris. And Trump was asked about the dispute you just watched earlier today.
But when I watched this interview of Tom Cotton, fortunately, he's a total pro. He knows what he's doing. And then when I watched the roundtable after that, I said the hostility is crazy. So we're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. They also want to change the rules. You know, the deal was we keep the same rules. Now all of a sudden they want to make a change in the rules because she can't answer questions. Why doesn't she do a couple of question answer? Why doesn't she do something like I'm doing right now? She can't talk. We can't have another dummy as a president, okay? We cannot have a dummy.
Trump ain't got no sense, man. What do y'all think? Do you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down.
We keep the same rules. Now all of a sudden they want to make a change in the rules because she can't answer questions. Why doesn't she do a couple of question answer? Why doesn't she do something like I'm doing right now? She can't talk. We can't have another dummy as a president, okay? We cannot have a dummy. And the people from Vietnam agree with that.
Would you want the microphone muted in the debate whenever you're not speaking?
We agreed to the same rules. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I'd rather have it probably on, but the agreement was that it would be the same as it was last time. In that case, it was muted. I didn't like it the last time, but it worked out fine. I mean, ask Biden how it worked out. It was fine. And I think it should be the same. We agreed to the same rules. Same rules and same specifications. And I think that's probably what it should be. But they're trying to change it. The truth is they're trying to get out of it because she doesn't want to debate.
Now, and this is what I'm saying right here. Shout out to Alonda. What's good with it, Alonda? If you guys agree with what he's saying right here, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Now, all of a sudden, they're coming with these weird talking points saying that he wants the mics changed. He clearly doesn't. I mean, I don't know how much more clear this can be. You know what I'm saying? And it's a matter of just simply reporting what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. You know what I mean? Shout out to the specialists. Make sure you guys show the specialists some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for the specialists funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Queen, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around. I'm rich, bitch.
Shout out to the specialist. The specialist says, prediction. Kamala is going to lose to Trump because of her unwillingness to speak to the voters. And then the media is going to blame it on black men. That's an interesting prediction, bro. If you guys agree with the specialist, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I'll tell you what, you know, whatever happens, whatever's good is not going to get attributed to us. And whatever's bad will always overly get attributed to us. So you know that's how it's going to be.
She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate.
So there's been a lot of rapid back and forth. It began this morning, Kevin, and
shout out to DSB. Make sure you guys show DSB some love for growing the organization. Definitely appreciate it, bro.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Shout out to DSB for another one. he did it again. Hold on, we got to hit him with the Myron Gaines.
Again! I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
And again, make sure y'all show DSB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for DSB. Growing the membership.
Again! Again! I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
And again, make sure y'all keep showing love. Throw some flames, some radiation emojis, some ducks in the chat for DSB for growing the membership. Definitely appreciate it, bro.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes. Again! Again!
That's hilarious, man. Shout out to DSB, man. Make sure y'all show DSB some love. Definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate it.
Political playbook. So Brian Fallon from the Harris campaign said, we have told ABC and other networks seeking to host a possible October debate, we believe both candidates' mics should be live. Jason Miller said, he's from the Trump campaign, we accepted the ABC debate under the exact same terms as the CNN debate. So Trump made that comment. He thinks the rules should stay the same, but nevertheless said...
Oh, man. Shout out to AV. Shout out to AV. AV said that Alba face is funny. Yeah, that is hilarious, bro.
Again!
Oh, man.
He's open to the mic. You know, he could go either way, but he wants the same rules out of fairness. Brian Fallon has now said from the Kamala Harris campaign, Trump said unmuting the mics doesn't matter to me. Always suspected it was something his staff wanted, not him personally. With this resolved, everything is now set for September 10th. What is it? That's not what I heard.
So again, and as I find mainstream media articles about this, I'll make little videos about it so that we can keep track of all of this. But where is this stuff coming from? Like, where is it coming from? You know what I mean? This literally just out of the clear blue sky. How many people saw the live stream that TD Media just did? If you guys saw the live stream that TD Media just did, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't, give me a thumbs down. If you guys did not see that live stream that TD Media did, make sure you guys go watch it. If one of the mods could put the link to that live stream that TD Media did in the chat, I'd appreciate it. And also shout out to everybody watching. We got 75 people and we got 74 likes. We got the 1-to-1. If y'all could throw some 100s in the chat, make sure y'all throw them 100s in the chat. Let's try to get the likes up to 150, man.
Nevertheless said he's open to the mic. You know, he could go either way, but he wants the same rules out of fairness. Brian Fallon has now said from the Kamala Harris campaign, Trump said unmuting the mics doesn't matter to me. Always suspected it was something his staff wanted, not him personally. With this resolved, everything is now set for September 10th. What is it? That's not what I heard.
I think we're at a very interesting crossroads because you can't imagine a president of the United States. Let's be bipartisan for a moment. Let's agree on one thing. There is no scenario where the president of the United States can't head up a press conference. Under any scenario, every president has been able to address the press, and in the good times and the bad times. She has to start talking to the press, period.